Welcome to Homeschool Helps with Amanda. I'm Amanda Wares, Homeschool Helps Director with NCHE. This segment and next segment, we are going to talk about what do you do when you are pulling someone out of school to start homeschooling. So this is super common, even this time of year. You know, we got done with Christmas break and maybe some families are like, okay, Christmas break was awesome and I don't want to send my kids back to school or whatever pushed them over the edge. A lot of people are starting to homeschool right this minute. So, we are going to talk about it. What do you do? So, we're going to do a focus on practical steps of how do you get started with homeschooling when you're pulling someone out of school. And then next time we will focus more on just encouragement. Um, I maybe it's a little unusual as far as board members on the NCHE board, but I did pull somebody out of school to homeschool 19 years ago now. Our oldest daughter went to school from kindergarten to third grade, and then we did pull her out. And the idea at that point was we will homeschool for a year and work on some issues and then get her caught up on some things. And then the plan was at that time to send her back after a year. And here we are 19 years later. There's many factors that went into that decision to continue with homeschooling, um, which maybe I'll share that another time, just my personal homeschool story. But I just want you to know that I do understand what it's like to pull somebody out of school and start homeschooling. In particular, and this will focus more on this next time with the encouragement, is pulling someone out of school maybe who's a little unwilling. I have experienced that as well. But practical things. What do you need to know if you're pulling someone out of school? Number one, you need to know the law. I have focused on this a lot of times on Homeschool Helps with Amanda. So there are many videos out there focusing on what do you do step by step as far as the law. You need to open your own homeschool. You need to do what you need to do to follow the law. One important thing that I have seen people mention multiple times recently is they have pulled somebody out of school or they are planning to, and they have signed them up with an online private school. They've had a lot of voices telling them, oh, it's fine. If you sign them up for this private school, then you don't need to open a homeschool. That is not true. There is no provision in our North Carolina law for online private schools. So, in North Carolina right now, this may change, but right now, either you are enrolled, your child has to be enrolled in a public school, physical or virtual. There are virtual public schools. Um, they must be enrolled in a private school, physical. Private schools must have a physical presence in the state of North Carolina, or they must be enrolled in a homeschool, registered homeschool with the state of North Carolina. So if you sign them up for that online private school, that's fine, perfectly fine. However, that is considered just a curriculum provider in North Carolina. So you still need to follow the law and open your homeschool. The second practical thing that you will hear a lot of people mention is the idea of deschooling. So this is the idea of when you pull someone out of school, out of brick and mortar school to homeschool, it is a good idea to take some time for you and for them to sort of a transition period, a time when you can kind of switch in your mind, transition in your mind from that public school mindset to a homeschool mindset. And your child can also transition from that mindset. They can take some time to separate themselves mentally and emotionally from their school situation that they were in before and be ready to really jump in to this new homeschool situation. So those are really the main practical things that I would tell you. The other last thing would be, and I've mentioned this a million times, seek out in real life support, whether that's through NCHE, whether that's through a local homeschool group, whatever that looks like, you are going to need in real life support as a new homeschooler. Your student is going to need in real life support as a new homeschool student. So please seek out in real life support. All right, hope that helps today.